Good afternoon, hockey fans, and welcome to the Lakeside Stadium for this afternoon's Midwest High School Hockey League Varsity matchup. Between the District teams wearing their black sweaters with red trim, from Dubuque, Iowa, it's the Dubuque Saints. Representing the Iowa Great Lakes, wearing their white sweaters with blue and black trim.
Good afternoon, hockey fans. Streaming live from Iowa. We've got Midwest matchup between and the visiting Dubuque Saints. Starting lineups are being announced. Looks like we'll get Trevor Breen in net, Xander Sheehy, Alex Hinkle, Jackson Heacock, Ian Henry, and Ben Fitch. Technical difficulties in the JV game. Hopefully we've got those resolved. We're doing our best with what we've got. Let's play some. Oh, my video looks choppy. I don't like it. The video's choppy. Bear with me through the first period. It's hard to make a change mid-period. See what I can do to fix the network in the intermission. Trevor had our JV game, gave up one goal. Dubuque was victorious 6-1. There's a big crowd here in Boji. Back to Henry. Henry will go DV over to Zick. Passes chip. Henkel got it on the blue line. Peacock comes back to get it. Sends to the head. See if he can't quite corral it. Gets back on side. A little late hit. Well, Zick now behind his own goal line. There. gets it up to Weiner. Sent in just wide of the net. Jackson Heacock down hard into the boards hard. The remote in my pocket. That's why the camera's off. We go correct it here. Send out in front. That's Sammy Ruiz. Plays it ahead to Jensen Hill. Jensen just gets the pizza to avoid the icing. Now he'll win the race to the corner. Cade Weiner to pick it up. Tries to get it out. It's on the goal line. A little length of the ice for an icing. Yeah, my video is very choppy. We got Landon Schultz and Anders Hill back on defense. The face-off. Out into the corner. Back behind the net. Boji will try and break it out on the far side. Gets just past Anders Hill. He'll race back to get it. Spins off into the corner. Sends it across ice over to Schultz. Schultz up the middle to Eli Schwartz. Bouncing puck in the slot. Boji corrals. They'll take it back behind their net. Send around. They'll find her into press. Back to the goal. Battle for in the corner. Schwartz goes in to try and dig it out. Comes out to Weiner. It's taken off his stick, and Boji will bring it up the near side. Across center ice. Weiner takes it back into the attacking zone. Ducks around one. Hits the brakes at the faceoff. That centering pass! Tyler Rayner couldn't quite finish. Tyler Randall in for the face-off. Boji control, sends it back. Blake Schrader has it taken off his stick. Boji offsides on the play. Oh, reset. Just outside the and Schwartz. And the battle for the faceoff comes loose into the center ice. Bouncing puck gets over the stick of Schrader. He leaves off the poles. Up to the middle, knocked back into the zone. Ahead to Schwartz. Schwartz avoids the check. Poles into the corner. Boji will go. Crowley. Got a shot. Top of his head. Put off the board there. Off the center ice. Loses it. Now it's Smothers. Taken down hard. We're going to get an interference call. Dubuque will go out on its first power play of the game. Cade Weiner, Sammy Ruiz, Alex Henkel, Jensen Hill, Xander Sheehy. False start there on the face-off. Ruiz in to take it. Puck's down. It's worked back to Henkel. Henkel's right there, walks it down the boards. He's got it down to the corner. Circles. Spins the goal line. Ruiz at the net. Tipped by Sheehy in front. Weiner's got it in the corner. Walks out. Loses it at the face-off dot, and they'll kick it out to the neutral zone. Ruiz has got it there. Sends it across over to Henkel. Henkel takes it in. Shot. Saved by the Boji goaltender. Loose puck. Kicks wide. Still scrambled, and we've got a goal. Alex Henkel with the big goal on the power play. So we get Sammy Ruiz out. Weiner's got it now. He'll walk it up the far side. Benson Hill slides in on the near side. Behind the goal line. Walks himself one. Gets it over Hill and tries to. Now it's worked back to the corner. It's Hill. Takes it back behind the net. Works it to the corner. Knocked off the puck there. Tyler Henry holds it in. Liam Henry holds it in. Tyler Henry cheers on from somewhere. Weiner in the corner. Back to Zick. Zick back to Weiner. Weiner to the slot. Walks to the far side. Goes back to Henry. Henry by the Henry. And we'll get away. Puck's down. Boji breaks it out. Tipped away by Schultz. She steals it. Taken away by Heath. Shot over Schultz at the blue line. He gets the hang. We don't call those here. Physical game here in Boji. The JV game is pretty physical too. Sheehy down to the corner. Hits the break. Shot off the post. Back to the corner it goes. Jackson Heacock on it now. Eli Schwartz. Just outside. He'll tag up. Eli and Jackson will try and attack the puck to the ice. All the way back behind the net it goes again. Schultz back to get it. Plays up to Schwartz. Can't quite get a handle on it. Boji dumps it in for the blue line. Nice save by Breen. Schwartz, Michael Poles. Across the center ice, into the zone, hits the brakes, loses the puck. Zick now has it, dumps it a little deep. Down to the corner it goes. Randall chases it down behind the net. They'll walk it out the far side. Boji tips it up to the middle. 1-on-1 with Zick. He'll dump it into the zone, go for a change. Wraps around to the far corner. Henry's got it there. Henry around the back of the net, gives taken away. Now it's Henry, up to Poles. Poles through center ice, dumps it in. He'll go for a change. Long pass. Boji tipping at the red line to avoid the icing. Cooper Smith runs it down. There. Now cross ice pass, stolen. Boji shot rolls off the end of the stick. Smith has got it again. Smothers calls for the puck, but couldn't quite get a handle on it. It goes the length of the ice. Now battle for in the near corner. Sent around behind the net. Spun away from one. Got it. Back into the zone. Sends it to left. Hits the break. Tries to chip it out. Loose puck on the slot. Boji's got it. Shot. Goal. The Boji ties the score up 1-1 with 9 minutes left in the first period still. Puck's down. Cade Weiner takes it into the zone. Back behind the goal line it goes. Jensen Hill in the slot. Weiner spins away from one. He's got it in the corner. Spins again. Gives off to Hill. Hill sends it out in front. Loose puck covered by the Boji goalie. Puck down again. Sammy Ruiz into the faceoff. Boji controls. They'll send it up in the middle. Tipped off there. Boji will come the other way. 2-on-3. Dropped off the top of the circle. Shot blocked in front. Loose puck. Shot. Goal. Lead. Here in the first period. We get Sheehy, Henkel, and Peacock. Out with Zick and Henry. For the face. Go back. Zick gives off to Henry. Henry sends it ahead, tipped off by Peacock. Sheehy now behind the net. Tries to walk away from one. Henkel comes in, picks it up, bad angle shot. Off the goaltender. Henry's got it, drops down to Sheehy in the corner. Sheehy cross ice, just out of the reach of Henkel. Henkel now from the faceoff dot, walks away from one, loose puck in front. Pushy, pushy, woo woo. Up. Fresh. Puck's down. Sheehy wins it to the corner. Takes it from behind the net. Looks for someone out in front. Turns away from one. Cuts off the goal line. Shot. Saved. Henkel's got it momentarily. He's taken down. Henry gives off to Peacock. Peacock shot. Redirected in front. Sheehy. And lead the season. Looks like we'll get Schwartz, Zick, Peacock, Poles, and Schultz. Schwartz in for the faceoff. Puck's down. They get walks away from one. Over to Schwartz. Schwartz over to Schultz. Back to Peacock. Peacock shot. Saved in front. Schwartz down the corner. Gives out the poles behind the goal line. Walks out in front. Peacock gets a shot. Trickles just wide. Then Zick sends it around. Peacock's got it there. Drops off to Schwartz. Hands off to Schultz. Coach put those two on D. Blocked in front. Tries to clear. Down to the goal line. Big hit in front. Loose and covered. See, my video's still freezing. I'm not sure I can fix it, but we'll give it a shot. 2-1 here. 7 minutes left in the first period. We'll get Cade Weiner, Xander Sheehy, Sammy Ruiz, Jensen Hill, and Alex Henkel. Puck's down. See who wins it forward. That doesn't. To the court. Off it there. Boji will walk up behind the net. Knocked off the puck. Cade Weiner tries to get down low. Boji clears the ice. Comes at the line. Sammy Ruiz now behind the goal line. Sends it over to Jensen Hill. Hill skates in the attack. Blue line over the stick of Ruiz. Still collecting the own defensive zone. Quick turn. Gives off to Weiner. Weiner across the blue line. Weiner knocked down behind the net. Boji will race to get the puck. Alex Hankin with a big check from behind. No call. Deflected. Big hit is Boji back behind their own net. Drops off on the near side. Alex Hankin with a big hit behind the play. Cade Weiner's got it. In the slot. Shot. Just wide of the net. Collected by Boji, sent up, stolen by Weiner. He's inside the blue line, he's 1-on-5, he'll dump it on net. Boji catches it, and they'll play it. So no ice. Got it over. Henry up to Schwartz. All the way ahead, Poles will try and get there. Can't quite win the race. Now it's Vic. Look over to Henry. Henry through the middle to Poles. Doesn't get a piece of it. And we'll get an icing. White Powell in for the face-off. Moves around to the back of the net. Waddick there. Sends it up the board. Held in by Boji. He'll dump it back below the goal line. Back onto Silk. Sends it up. Smothers in with it. Fouls it off the board. Powell kicks it towards the net. Back behind the net it goes. Schultz holds it in, just barely. Powell shot, saved by the goaltender. Reach sends out a fresh line of Heacock. Henkel. Killed. Henkel takes Heacock. Dumps it down below the goal line. See who battles for it there. Now it's Henkel. Tries to get it back out to Schultz. Schultz has got the blue line. Takes a big hit to the head. Henkel in front. Loose puck. Kicked off the Heacock. Couldn't quite bury it. And Boji will clear the ice. Just enough for icing. Puck's down. Send up the near boards. Driving puck or pass. Goes into the stand. Head probably. Sammy Ruiz in for the face-off. Zick sends it over. Good Weiner into the zone. Takes it down to the corner. Sends it away. Good Weiner now. Top of the circle. Shot. Saved by the goaltender. .320 left in the first period. Saints trail 2-1. Sammy Ruiz in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Boji breaks past the goes. The corner. Nope, sends it up the near side. Battle forward in the corner. Sammy Ruiz walks it through center ice. Attacks the far side, knocked off the puck. Regains it, takes it behind the net. Centering pass out to Liam Henry at the blue line. Shot. Tipped just wide. Nice save. Puck's down. Schwartz gets it over to Anders Hill. Gets it on net. Behind the net. Boji controls. All the way down. Not all the way down. Tyler Red, the lead to the faceoff. Wins it back. That's Ben Zick. Plays it up the forwards to Michael Foley. Get it, bounces away from him. Warden Schultz. Schultz plays it Hill. Schwartz gets it up just before Poles can get it. Schultz now on the boards. Tries to play it in. Bouncing puck on the blue line. Picked up by Schwartz. Walks down to the goal line, cuts out, tries to send it out in front. Stolen by Boji. Knocked loose. Schwartz has got it, brings it back to his own defensive zone to regroup. Tries to play the head down. Spins away. Battled up in the boards. Boji knocks it back into the zone. Net. Schultz has got it there. Walk around the back of the net. Pauses behind the net. Long pass. Back Liam Henry walks behind the net. Gets it up to Henkel. Henkel with the head of speed. Across the blue line. Shot saved by the Boji goaltender. He's got back. 1 minute left in the period. Boji tries to walk it out of the zone. Peacock knocks him off the puck. He takes it away, gets it back to Henkel. Deflected by Boji, back to Henkel. Knocked forward. Jackson Peacock just can't quite reach it. Boji counters. They'll take it into the zone. Now off the board. Wins the race. He's in the middle, gets down. Hill gets a shot. By the goal. Now it's Jensen Hill. Takes it through the middle. Sammy Lewis couldn't connect it. It goes the length. Otters Hill back to get it. Goes behind his own net. Walks away from one. Weiner was up at the red line. Well, that'll do. First period. Boji holding the lead 2-1. Shots on goal in favor of the Saints. 13-4. See what we can do about the audio problems here. I'm not sure I can improve them, or the video, I guess it's choppy. Not sure what I can do, but I'll give it my best. See you back in 15 minutes.
Oh, look at it! Got a little red in the face. Tanner's down there having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm like, well, have you been on the screen?
Yeah.
You guys are expecting this. Take it again.
I felt them then.
Well, and I don't have names in the back, so I'm like, and then I'm getting blurry shots because I'm like, oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Schools are It's not great.
Huh?
It's not great.
Not?
No, because it has to send the signal up, and then I have to pull it back down and send it back up again. And
Wi-Fi's not good?
no, the upload. When this uploads, it's not. It's chopping. I don't know. Go back. Not. Mason City's beating Kansas City, JV. That's kind of a surprise. Thank you. There it goes. Tried to fix it. Pretty sure we didn't make it any better. So back underway here in the second period. Anders Hill sends it ahead. Knocked back by Boji. Back behind the net it goes. Sammy Ruiz up the far side. Hard into the loose pocket. Whistle. I didn't say anything. Ruiz will stay out. He's got Cade Weiner with him. Jensen Hill on the other side. They're backed by defensemen. Landon Schultz and Anderson. Puck's down. Controlled by Boji. They'll walk the boards. Good. Got it. Take one zone. Now he's hit by Landon Schultz. Pinned against the back wall. Worked up the near side. That's Sammy Ruiz. Now it's knocked back to the corner. Landon Schultz back behind the net. Tries to spin away from one. Back to Schultz. To the corner it goes. Weiner's got it there. Kicked out in front. Loose man in the slot. Sammy Ruiz picks up in the near board. Tries to play it ahead. Just out of the reach of Jensen Hill. Probably the big man. Ruiz. Tries to spin away. One. Schultz. In the near board. Played ahead. His shot saved by the goaltender. Now it's Heacock. A little room to work. Big hit there. Not sure what we're calling. 2 minutes for a knee. Actually, that's not a 2-minute penalty anymore. That's something more significant. Jackson Heacock's a little hobbled, headed towards the bench. I don't think anymore. I thought it had to. Oh, I know. Short. Back. Shot. Save. Michael Poles. Battle sport. Loose puck in the slot. Taken back away. Ben Zick. Battle sport down in the slot. Boji's got it. Anders Hill now at the red line. Retreats to his own defensive zone. Back up the boards to Eli Schwartz. Poles has got it just inside the blue line. Drops off for Heacock. Heacock shot. Save. Loose puck. Goal! Ben Zick. But Benny Zick with a nice power. 2-2. See them retrieving the puck. I believe that's Ben Zick's first high school goal, or at least his first varsity goal. Good job, Benny. Sammy Ruiz in for the faceoff, flanked by Weiner and Hill. Puck to the near boards. Dumped in. They'll hold it in the zone. He gets enough of it. Sends it out through center ice. Cade Weiner tries to run him down. They get away from him. Spins it up. Played off the board. Zick back to get it. Pauses behind the net. Sent through the middle. Varsity with a couple moves. Now Jensen Hill gets it ahead. Cade Weiner on a breakaway. Floats it over the net. Loose puck gets a shot. Boji's played it back. Ben Zick will retreat to get it. Puck's there. Alex Henkel on the breakaway with Sheehy. Shot just wide of the net. Peacock's back. Good to see that knee injury wasn't a problem. Henkel walks out of the corner with it. Shot. Post. Loose puck in front. Squirts back out to center ice. William Henry over to Andrew Schultz. Over to Jackson Heacock. Gets it ahead to Sheehy. Bouncing puck gets blue line. Knocked off there. Right on the near board. Played it out to center ice. It goes into the big zone. Henry will try and get it in the corner. Just gets away from him up the far side. Peacock sends it up hard. Offsides was the call. To the far side. Schwartz can't quite get there. Goes back to the defensive zone. Now up the near side. Knocked down. Michael pulls. Loses an edge. He goes sliding into the end boards. Boji regroups. They'll go out the far side. Sent ahead all the way back. And we'll get a nice call. Like Weiner, Hill, jump over face off. I understand. Puck's won by Boji. Sent to the goal. Do it again. Face off. Pucks down. Weiner drop for Anders Hill. Anders sends it into the fans. Face-off will come just outside the blue line of Dubuque. Cage one in the air. It goes. Bouncing ball by Ruiz. Now it's Weiner. Spins top of the circles. Tries to get it on net. Can't quite do it. Boji O'Connor brings it out the far side. Dumped into the zone. Played ahead to Weiner. Weiner will work it up. Long cross ice pass. Samuel Ruiz has got a step. In our breakaway shot. Goal! Oh, goal! Yep. Made it just across the blue line. Bench jump out. 33. In the Samuel Ruiz. Breakaway. We get Sheehy, Heacock, and Henkel. They're backed by Cooper Smith and Liam Henry. Sheehy in for the faceoff. Wins it forward. Boji controls. Sheehy forces the puck loose. Gets the cute little girl. Cooper. First time they've been hit with a hockey puck. Back to center ice, it's Sheehy. Puck knocked loose. Boji controls. They'll dump it in. Cooper Smith behind the net. Goes out to Henry. Sends it around. Now it's Cooper in the corner. Tries to play it ahead. Stolen there. Knocked back to the corner. Smith will circle it back behind the net. Corner. Again. Now Peacock. Yes, line. Now drops it. Go. Puck is corralled. And Boji will send it to the length of the ice for a clear. Fresh legs. Hop over the bench for Dubuque. Randall in for the faceoff. Shot wide of the Randall behind the net. Boji brings it up the far side. Walks around Schultz. Knocked off the puck just enough. Now Schultz makes a steal on the pass. Randall with a big hit. Top of the circle, shot saved by Breen. He holds on. Puck's down and we're underway. Sammy Ruiz tried to hit Jensen Hill. We'll go for an icing. Sorry, I'm doing some important functions here. Game's off. It's changed the new rule. I was corrected. Kneeing penalty is an automatic 10-minute misconduct too. So that call that was when they called on the knee to Jackson should have been a 10-minute penalty as well as a 2 and 10. Puck's down. She's buried on the faceoff. Net. Played up the boards. Not held in by Zick. It comes out to center ice. Sheehy knocks it loose. Taken back by Boji. Sent back up to center ice. Schrader gives off to Zick. Zick walks it up the blue line. down. Zick plays boards. Just inside the zone. Knocked back out to center ice. Boji 2-on-1 with Zick back. Played off to center ice. Nice back check. Puck lost off to center ice. Blake Schrader gets over to Sheehy. Sheehy sends it up. Jackson Heacock wins the race out in front. Nice save by the Boji goalie. Puck's down. Randall tries to center it. Coles is going to chase it in the corner. Just delayed off. Knocked Randall. Up. For Redmond. Now pulls again. Knocks it up the boards outside the zone. Smith plays it ahead. Schwartz has got it there. Played back to Smith. Shot. Saved by the goaltender. Tyler Randall back behind the goal. Plays it back. Just out of the reach. Smith. Chops out of the Smith. One. Played it directly to Cade and then had to make a save. Nice defensive play by Liam Henry. Cade Weiner works it down the near boards. Cuts towards the center of the ice. Shot and a goal! Now, left in the second period. We'll get Jensen Hill, Cade Weiner, Sammy Ruiz. They'll be backed by Schultz and Hill. Ruiz with the faceoff, takes it into the zone. Ridden into the board hard by 3 Boji players. Ruiz with the shot, blocked by the defenseman. Work it down the out in front. Collected to the red line. Stop the goalie. Jackson Heacock with a nice forecheck. Knocks it loose. Jensen Hill out there for the long shift. Battled in the corner. Now it's knocked free. Back to Ivan Filter's point. Shot in front. Knocked down by the defenseman. Popped out to center ice. This is the call. Inside the so we'll Blake Schrader off the boards, up ahead. Jackson Heacock works it through the middle to the far boards. He's in the corner now. Wallpapered there. Gets it back to the D. Shot on tip. Quite enough. Shot off. Pickle knocks it loose. Schrader back to get it. Plays it back out to center ice. Big hit there. Still offsides. Now Schrader plays it ahead. Heacock tips it into the corner. Sheehy down to get it. Battle for behind the net. Squirts out the far side, off the boards. Bouncing. So now 4-3 with 5 minutes left in the second period. And the net. Sends it to near. Down, can't quite get it. Now Eli Shorts. Full head of steam. He's got Poles with him. Nice walk around. Just misses on the near side. Poles gives it off to Schwartz. Schwartz behind the net. Walks out to the far side. Plays it off the boards to Underhill. Underhill from the blue line. Shot. Saved by the goaltender. Gloved down by Mikey Poles. Now it's on the near side. They'll clear it all the way back. Landon Schultz picks it up. Back pedals to his own zone. Around the far side. Pass at the kick. Tried to leave it for Rand. Couldn't. Now it's Weiner. Wide, drives the goal line. Shot and saved by the goaltender. Sammy Ruiz in for the faceoff. Puck's down, controlled by Dubuque. Sent back behind the goal line on the corner. Up the far board, and we'll get a puck's down. Boji controls. They'll cycle back behind their goal. Aerial pass. Just missed those Smith girls again. Back to Henry at the blue. He'll on the net. Cade Weiner's there to get it behind the goal. Sends it back out. Henry now from the top of the slot. Sammy Ruiz ridden into the corner hard. Now it's Weiner in the other corner. Ruiz back to the near corner. Sends it to the far side. Zick runs over to get it. Sends it towards the net. Saved by the goaltender. And we'll get Sheehy, Henkel, and Heacock out with Anders Hill. Landon Schultz back on deep. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left in the second period. Saints clinging to a 4-3. Puck's down. Boji controls. They'll work it through center ice. Under the corner. The Hill. Right there. Heacock. Now Boji's got it. They'll try and fire it off the far side. Held in by Heacock. Puck deflected in front. Sheehy collects it on the near boards. Centering pass over to Heacock. Shot. Saved by the goaltender. Loose in the slot. Now Heacock fires it high and wide. Sheehy collects it in the corner. Works it back up to the blue line. And there's a trip. Sheehy draws a second penalty of the season. Sammy Ruiz, Xander Sheehy, Jensen Hill, Alex Henkel, and Cade Weiner on defense. Ruiz now at the blue line. Gives over to Weiner. Pulls it out of his feet. Drops it down low to Hill. Face off that. There. So the Saints will go on a 5-on-3. Can't overhand throw it out of the zone. If you had underhand it, that would have been allowed. You also can't take your skate off and try and stab someone with it. Hasn't happened yet, but good information to have. Sammy Ruiz in for the face-off. Jensen back. Jensen's on 3 back. Cade circles off to Alex Henkel. Gives his Xander Sheehy down low. Sheehy walks tops of the circles, gives off to Cade Weiner. From the face-off dot shot. Covered by the Boji goaltender. Tough again. Back to Weiner down low to Jensen Hill. To Weiner. Gives off to Weiner skates again. Weiner now top of the circle. He's got Alex on the far side. Catches it on the backhand. Drops off for Sheehy. Back to Henkel. Shot. Saved. Loose puck. Henkel's got it. He's got Jensen Hill all. Sheehy. Knocked it. Jensen Hill. Sheehy. Face up to cross ice. Weiner can't quite control it. It's Ruiz at the blue line. Down to Weiner. Weiner at the goal line. Back to Ruiz. Ruiz walks to center ice. Gives off to Weiner. Weiner from the face-off dot. Shot blocked. Far wall. Weiner wheels. Gives across. Henkel from the face. Big block. Henkel to Sheehy. Henkel. 51 seconds left in the period. 11 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Eli Schwartz in for the face-off. Back to Schultz. Jackson inside. Pass. And held on to there. So one of the penalties has expired. Still 17 seconds left on the power play. 40 seconds left in the period. Down. Schultz goes out to Poles. Poles from the face-off dot. Shot saved by the goal. Just back to Schwartz. From the top of Clears the zone. Goes off to Eli Schwartz. Michael Poles works it into the zone. They'll send it back out to neutral ice. Benzik is there. Whipped on net. Kick to the corner. Just 5 seconds left. Out to the far side. And that'll do it on the second period. So the Saints turn the tide. It's now 4-3. Guys, 20 minute. It says anything not supposed to. Back third period. Sammy Ruiz, Kate Weiner, Justin Hill, Andres Hill, Landon Schultz. Puck's down, we're underway. Boji controls. We'll take it into the zone. Nice. Good check by Landon Schultz. Tough stuff. Up and whistle. You can send out some fresh legs. We'll get Hikak, Sheehy, and Henkel. We'll be back by Zick and Henry. Puck's down, controlled by Dubuque. So, Sheehy's on the near board. Shot. Oh, he can't finish either. Now it's Peacock to the corner. Sheehy with the shot. Peacock's got it. He'll wheel up the far boards. Cuts across the top of the circle. Shot. Saved by the goaltender. Luke Frederick, I believe is the goaltender's name. He's had an amazing game. Saved 36 shots so far. Oh. Senko face off. Wins it back to Heacock. Heacock over to Zick. Zick from the top of the circle. Fires wide. Boji will send it the length. Very nice. Puck's down. Controlled by Boji. He knocks it loose behind the net. Spins in the corner. Tries to get away from one. Boji's got it now. They'll try and work it up the near boards. Peacock tries to knock it away. Now it's flipped over a stick back to Zick. Zick retreats to his own defensive zone. Throws it ahead. He's got it. Tries to get it over to Henkel. Now Peacock gets all the way behind. Walk. Battle behind the net. Send it out to the slot. Zick picks it up there. They'll play it off the boards. Knock back. At the center ice. Boji knocks it back into the zone. Delayed offsides. Now it's Randall. Forces it forward. Applies the forecheck. Stolen by Schwartz. Down below the goal line. He'll chase the boards. Across the range of who I so I'll no. So I say 21. Randall in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Boji controls. He'll set off the board. In his own blue line. Red. Board is taken away there. Michael Pohl steps in, gets it. Backhands it into the zone. Picks it up. Top of the slot. Shot. Saved by Fredericks. That'd be Friedrichs. Pohl's toppled in the corner. Sent out. William Henry plays it off the far boards. Boji counters. And on net, Green covers for third. up by 1. Sammy Ruiz, Jensen Hill, Cade Weiner out. Puck's down. Jensen Hill's got it. Works it through center ice, dumps it into the zone. Cade Weiner will chase it below the goal line. Boji controls. Will fire it back behind the net. Worked up the far side, passes it. Gets a little fast. Racing. Got a bounce. Collected by Zick. Off the board, sent ahead. Sammy Ruiz is gonna lose the race by a half foot. And we'll get Henkel Sheehy and he. And back to Hill. Around the boards. He can't quite pull it off the boards. Boji will knock it back below the goal line. Schultz back to get it. Works it up the far side. We'll get a delayed call on Boji here. 2 minutes. Slashing. Nope, just one. Ruiz in for the face-off. Power play 1 out with Sheehy, Hill, Henkel, and Weiner. Henkel over to Weiner. Weiner! Oh, Sheehy gets a shot that trickles through the crease and doesn't go in. Now it's Hill. Walks to the front. Oh, pushy, pushy. Ruiz in for the face-off. Wins it over. Sheehy on the boards. Sheehy works it down below the goal line. Gets it to Hill. Back to Weiner at the point. Weiner feeds off to Ruiz. Ruiz fires a shot. Wedged underneath the goaltender. Buchel. Number Boji will make bench. Boji again with just 6 skaters on the bench for this varsity contest. Both sides of the length. Green collects it, drops off for Henkel. Henkel leaves it there for Sheehy. Sheehy works it up the near side. Advances it down the ice. Line in the spot. Stick there. Drop. By Hill, or I'm sorry, Ruiz. Shot kick to the corner. Henkel now in the corner. Sheehy's got it below the goal line. Walks it to the corner. Spins back below the goal line. He's got Hill behind the net. Gives to him. Back up to Weiner at the blue line. Weiner cross ice pass. Sheehy collects it there. Wheels to the corner. Circles behind the net. Okay. All back to 30 seconds. Fresh legs out. He leaves it for Schultz. Schultz will walk it off the near side. Hits Heacock on the fly. Jackson Heacock works it into the zone. Gets to the goal line, hits the brakes. Sends it back up to the blue line. Chips over to Schultz. Drops off for Short. Over to Henkel, or Heacock. Shot. Deflected in front. Schwartz has got there. Schwartz Thank you, Foley. That's off sides. And we get a whistle. Flanked by deep. Sammy Ruiz on the goal line, out in front. Jumps over the cage line with stick. Boji on the breakaway the other way. Shot. Knocked wide by Trevor Breen. Boji shot. Saved by Breen. Battle forward in the corner. Corner now. Jensen Hill. Walker to the blue. Straight up in the air. Got Sheehy. Period. Sheehy in for the face-off. Puck's down. Knocked away temporarily. Boji's got it. He'll send it the other way. On the show, back to get it. Pop straight up in the air. And pass. Face-off. One back to Hill. Hill gets it up to Sheehy. Sheehy raises it on the far boards. Schultz steps around one. Into the zone he'll go. Fires it on net. Just over the net. Sheehy takes it off the far boards. Walks in front. Throws it out in front. Nobody home. Schultz has got it there. Gives it back to Sheehy in the corner. From one can't go. That's not. Big hit there. Jackson Heat picks it up on the near board, sends it into the zone. Henkel with another big hit. Almost enough. Ben Zick chips it forward on the near blue line. Now it's Liam Henry from the red line. Shot saved by the goalie. Tyler Randall applies a little pressure behind the goal line. Boji will try to it up. Cross ice back. Liam back. Cross ice. They try to get sent back into the Dubuque zone. It's Henry over to Zick. Zick plays it ahead to Michael Poles. Now it's Tyler Randall. Into the zone he comes. Drops it off for Eli Short. Shot. Saved by the goaltender. 43 shots now for the Boji netminder. Hill. We'll be back by Hill and Schultz. Schultz gives it a nice fake. Oh, it's a goal! Jensen Hill with a nice dump in from Landon Schultz. Insurance policy. And it's 5-3 with 8 minutes left. Louise, Weiner, and Hill will stay out. Touchdown. Controlled by Dubuque. They'll get it back to Anders. Anders kicks to the head. Weiner now, full speed into the zone. That shot off. Puck's down. Throw by Dubuque. Taking off a stick of Weiner. Boji will go 2-on-1 the other way. Hits the brakes. Weiner. Back by Boji. Big. Schultz gets it ahead to Ruiz, and we're offsides. Peacock, Sheehy, and Henkel jump over. We got Henry backing them up. Controlled by Boji. They'll send it back though. Just out of the reach of Peacock on the far side. Saved by Breen, and we'll get the whistle. Off. Gonna work it back up. Center. Miss pass or go for icing. We'll keep this forward line. Switch out Anders and Landon on deep. She takes the face off. Taken away from him. Now Boji controls. They'll take it out of the zone. It's offside. And we'll get a whistle. Michael Pullis, Tyler Randall, and Eli Short now on the ice. Controlled by Michael Pullis. Does it try? Back behind the net, taken away by Schwartz. Played up the near boards. Far side played out of play. Duke wins it, plays it back. Hill tries to get it ahead. Randall can't quite catch it. Michael Pullis gets it offside. In for the face-off. Dick plays it over to a streaking Weiner. Oh, he can't quite catch it. Tries to spin it into the zone. Oh, it's knocked in. Boji will attempt to force it out the far side. Gloved down by Henry. Knocked back out to center ice. Oh, nice steal by Weiner there. And a little bit of a breakaway. Oh, save. Goaltender. Puck one back to Zick. Zick sends it around the boards. Boji's got it in the corner. They're going to try to work it up the far side. Being pestered by Jensen Hill. Same. Wide behind the net, wrap around, tried, didn't successful, sent the length of the ice for an icing. When the Jackson races over there, puts a man into the wall. Now it's Henkel, walks out of the corner. Doesn't quite get the shot off. Peacock back to get it. Walks to the blue line. Shot on net. Saved by the goaltender. See, he picks it up behind the net. Spins, walks out of the corner. Loose in front. And going the other way. Sauces it. Leans on him. Side. Doesn't quite get it out of the zone. Now it's Anders Hill. Reverses it back to Schultz. Schultz spins, goes back behind the net, sends it over to Hill. Hill through the middle to Sheehy. Into the zone it goes. Peacock will chase it down. He plays it up. Sends it through the. Nobody. Sends it on the goaltender. Sheehy with a nice steal at the red line. Now it's Eli Schwartz. Plays it ahead to Mikey Poles, dumps it into the zone. 3 minutes left in the period. And ideally the game. Back to Zick at the blue line. Zick fires a shot. 50 now on Boji. Tyler Randall in for the faceoff. Now it's Eli Schwartz on the far boards. Walks from one to the circle. The puck. Boji's way. Little top of by. Reiner's got it. Is at the far side. Through a cold on him. Shoots it over. Sammy Ruiz will stay in for the faceoff. Still has Weiner and Hill out there with him. Anders Hill and Sandy wins it. Shot. Pucks down, controlled by Boji. Work out of the corner, up the near boards. Taken away there by Ruiz. Hill drops it down below the goal line. Weiner just shot. Locked in. Here's got it now. Ball spins back behind. Drops off. Hill walks to far side. Drops off. Sammy Ruiz shot directly into the goaltender. Well. So we'll get Sheehy, Heacock, and Henkels, Henkels back, yeah. We're back by Zick and Henry. Henkels in. Boji can hold it out the center. And Heacock back like a bobcat. Sheehy now off to the side, gets it ahead to Henkel. Henkel up the near board. Taken away by Boji. Chipped into the zone. Henry back to get it. Parents are screaming loudly. I think they forget that there's only 11 skaters on the ice for Boji. They might be a little tired. Minute and 30 left in the game. Looks up the side. Gives up to Heacock. He shoots it directly into the goaltender's glove. .54 saves for the Boji tender. The face-off. Duck Jetson walks away. On. Sammy Ruiz now walks the goal line, drops off for Weiner. Weiner back to the point. Anders Hill, top of the circle, shot saved by the goaltender. Big Weiner again, throws it through the middle, but nobody home. Boji, some tired legs out there. You can just see they're not moving at the pace they were. Boji dumps it into the zone. Short back to get it. Nice. The zone. To the far side. Cade Weiner pulls it off the boards, walks to the goal line, shoots out in front to Sheehy, who misses the net. I guess that's better than shooting it directly into the goalie. Henry now from the blue line. Blocked by the defenseman, almost threw it in his own net. Now it's Weiner in the corner. Back to Henry again. Off to Weiner. Weiner tries to walk through too many. And it's cleared out to center ice. 10 seconds left in the center. Through center. Into the zone. Boji, 5-3 in favor of the Saints. Shots on goal, a whopping 54 for Dubuque. 2-11 from Boji. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I believe the JV game is at 8 or 10. 10, I believe. Thanks for watching. It's been Xander's Dad, and here to remind you that if you can find a rink, you can find a friend.